right.
See if I can bring up something that looks like a normal screen. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So now that I'm back, can we go ahead and bring this Google Sitemap tab back up?
Let's see how we're going to get. Oh,
yeah.
This one.
Yep, perfect. And what I'm going to do, I just was messing around with this the other day. So if Tira's not here, I think I can get some of this a different way. But if we can go on the, where did I put that? Might be under the Webminister tab.
Is that, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, under the drop-down menu, there it says Google Site Template Drive. Go ahead and look there. So this is something that we're just starting to work on, is having some pre-done site templates that folks can go ahead and work from and use as a starting place. So if you want to go ahead and open up the event-related folder, and I haven't tested this, sometimes nothing succeeds like a generation, but let's go ahead and open up, that'll work. If we can go ahead and pull one of those templates, make a copy, and we'll have you open it up and play with it. Probably have to go back to where we were in the drive. So it's just basically showing you the site at this point. But if we go back, and are you on a computer or a tablet?
We're on a computer. We'll be right there.
Okay, perfect.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. So the eventual goal is to have some templates, not only for Google Sites, but some of the other Google tools and spreadsheets and stuff like that, so people can make a copy and go ahead and start doing things themselves. We should be able to go ahead and close that add content button. I'll talk you through it. So this is a very simple one that's set up for a collegium. The last couple of collegiums have looked very similar to this. We had a similar website for A&S Tourney. This was actually some work that Selena put together for us. You got the nice simple welcome. Up on the upper left-hand corner, where it says copy of event template, you can go ahead and change that to the name of whatever you want your fake event to be. Yay! Okay, so if you've got your words and your page copy, you can just post it. You can paste it right in that text box. If you don't have stuff written out, you can say whatever cool thing you want to say. And just out of curiosity, Sunwolf, have you ever worked in Google Sites before?
Not really.
Yeah, okay. And that was one of the reasons I asked. So I've been involved in the web team for years. I'm the token Luddite. Years ago, they figured out if they can explain it to me, there might be a hope of other users being able to do it. But they start occasionally talking computer at me, and I'm like, I'm a biologist. I don't know any of those words. But what I like about working in this particular program is it's not all that different than working in a word processing program. You can see on the right-hand side of the screen, you have some choices in terms of things you can insert, including you can use pictures. We talked a little bit about using images for promotion. You can go ahead and put in images. You can embed documents that you've done. Like if you think back to where we were working with the event steward guides, that's something I just embedded into the web page by very simply sharing links and stuff like that. So there's a lot of adaptability out here, and it doesn't get you into too much trouble. The nice thing is you work in this draft, and when you're happy with where it is with the draft, then you can publish it publicly. So everybody doesn't get to see all your mistakes as you're going. You've got a safe place to work. Yep. And there are a couple tricks. The big thing that you have to remember to do is you have to remember that make sure that all your security settings are such that everybody in the world can see it. And that will be something you can adjust when you publish. You can also go to the little sprocket that's settings. Yep. And it will go through, oh, this one doesn't. Okay, this is actually the little plus person sign for this particular program. And you can go through and set the access to the various things that you want it to be. So, yep, perfect. And the nice thing is, once you have this done, you can go ahead and it's published. You go ahead and you can have that URL. And this gives you a static place to share all the information you want for your event. You can do things like embed Google Forms and tell people that, hey, if they have things that they want to share out to the world, they can just fill out that Google form and you can go ahead and that becomes a, a lot of times that what we'll do is we'll actually embed the spreadsheet and that information goes across. So if you guys have ever taught classes at collegiums in the last few years, or maybe during the pandemic, a lot of times we'd have you fill out that Google form and then the steward can use that to generate all the class lists for the teachers. And it makes it a really simple way to do that. And then we can take that information that as it's coming in, when I've done promo slides for things, I just copy and paste the information out of there. I read your class descriptions and sometimes I just plug that into Google and see what images come up. And that's how the promo slides come together. So it's a really adaptable way to do. You can also just keep it as a simple one page. But here's the important thing. And it talks about this in the Event Store Guide. Whatever you share in one platform, you want to kind of share across everywhere. You may change the details a little bit. My personal preference is I try to keep the website completely up to date with all the information so that the people who are really focused and interested can go find that. And then I'll share simpler versions of that with out on my other platforms as I'm doing promotion. But I'll always have that website that people can come back to. So let's see. I know, we'll show you a cool thing. So if you can go under the Pages tab on the right-hand side.
Oh, got it.
Yep, you got it. So, yep, go to the little three dots. So you can duplicate this page and it will give you exactly the same thing. So if you've got a page you like and you want to do more of that, you can. You can also add a subpage to it. So if I want to have something nested, that's how we create sort of some of those nested menus. We'll go through and do stuff like that. I can also nest things, go ahead and back off of the current menu. Go ahead and take that directions sign and just kind of lift it up and let's put it over schedule so that it'll nest itself. You can just drag it, drag it up on top of schedule. There you go. So that would be another way that you can nest things. If you go to the plus sign at the bottom, so these are some options on things you can do. I can put menus into this menu. So I can put just a little divider. It doesn't necessarily have to be a whole page. I can also, and this is how a lot of the stuff is done in the Google Sitemap, I can go ahead, if I want to link to an existing page, like let's say I want to be able to link to the Facebook page for the event. I can put that new link button. I can go ahead and click on that. I can type a name for it. I can paste the link in and it will go ahead and add that to my menu. I really am a big fan of not only having things as buttons on the site, but having it in the drop-down menu, because I find that people tend to navigate sort of both ways, depending on who the user is. And having those drop-down menus makes these things a lot more phone-friendly than going through and having just a massive wall of links. So those are some options that you can put into play. It's fairly adaptable under the themes, and yeah, this will, if you want to do a link within the existing pages, you can click on them there. You can do the same thing with linking to buttons under the Insert tab. So let's go to themes. So if you have colors that you want to play with, or you want to make a lot of adaptation and do a lot of formatting stuff, this themes tab is where you can do that. There's a bunch of pre-programmed ones, or you can do custom themes. Currently, it's a custom theme that says West Kingdom, but you can change that, and that's where you can go ahead and make all your choices about what sort of fonts you want to use and all of those details. So pretty adaptable. Any questions on that? Okay.